Hey guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials. On this program, we introduce you to talented fashion creatives from around the Caribbean. And yes, I'm not at my studio, I'm in my car recording today because the country shut down again. Right, and we are going to introduce you to two of my friends today. Our feature designer, Liselle Frauenfelder from Frauenfelder Designs. That's not a tongue twister. Don't get it twisted. She's an amazing designer. Anything this woman put her mind to do and her hands, it's amazing. You cannot compete with her on any level. In pageantry, ooh, darling, she is amazing. And then we will meet our special guest, Miss Tamara Sanders, who is one of the models that you would normally see in our episodes. So as I go get the eggs for the people cake, you guys can meet those two fabulous young ladies. Yeah? Wear your mask. Because if they were wearing a mask all the time, we wouldn't have been this. Okay. See you on the flip side.
Hi guys, I'm Tamara Saunders and this is my KYD Magazine Fashion Essential interview. So, a little bit about myself. I'm a dancer. I'm a third-year nursing student at the University of the Southern Caribbean. I'm 23 years of age and I'm a pageant enthusiast. I recently started modeling in 2020 and pageantry in 2020, but it has been a tremendous year for me. I would describe myself as someone who is driven, focused, and detail-oriented. I like to focus on the little things, make sure that everything is done to perfection. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but that's okay, because I mean that's what makes me me. It helps me to stay on track. After I finish my degree, I plan to go away, travel the world, and become a nursing practitioner. One of the very few that will be in Trinidad and Tobago at the time. So, something that someone may not know about me just by looking at me, because I portray myself as very outgoing, but I'm actually introverted. I am shy the first time you meet me. The most you might get out of me is, and that's it, because all I do is smile, but I'm actually introverted, and recently I've started to put myself more out there and become more outgoing. So, for me, pageantry has been life-changing in that it helped me to come out of my shell and become the person that I am today, someone that is very confident, someone that is comfortable in her own skin. Modeling has given me a boost of self-confidence. I mean, when you look at those pictures, sometimes you wonder, is that me? And it does something to your self-confidence. I mean, it's just like a little chip on your shoulder, like, that's me, well done. Currently, the model industry in Trinidad and Tobago, I believe it could be better if we have the support because of the negative views that people hold towards modeling and pageantry. It's always to them a pretty face or a cheating thing, but if they open up their minds and they become understanding about what it is, that it is something that is life-changing to women, it gives them the opportunity to grow, to develop holistically. I mean, take a look at me from where I was to who I am now. It's a 180 flip. In fact, it's like a whole 360 turn. I'm not this shy person anymore. I am Tamara, and Tamara is strong, Tamara is confident. Dance is more than just an extracurricular activity. Dance is my space that I have the freedom to express things that I'm not allowed to say. I can do it through movement. It's the space that I'm able to be safe, I'm able to be myself. It's a space that I can express to everyone and let them know what is going on inside. Some things that I don't want to talk out verbally, I can do that with non-verbal communication through dance. That is my way of worship, that is my ministry. Dance is basically the place that you feel alive. Dance is my passion, it's my joy. So my greatest achievement thus far have to be the pageant that I entered in 2020. I mean, in the midst of a pandemic, who would have thought that Tamara entered a pageant? And while going through that pageant, I didn't apply myself, and so I thought I wasn't going to make it to the top 10. And lo and behold, I was the 4th runner-up, and that is a big accomplishment for me. I mean, it did things to me that I didn't know I could do. It gave me the courage to carry on and to pursue things that I never thought was for me. I mean, modeling and pageantry, I always thought yeah, that's for the pretty girls, that's for the girls who are sticks basically, because that's the picture they paint. But when you go inside and you have the opportunity to experience it, it changes your mindset. So my biggest trial thus yet would be in 2020, the same year, around September, I lost my sister and her two unborn babies, and in the space of a month afterwards, I lost my aunt, and while in a pageant. And I would have to say that going through that, I never realized how strong I was until I had been tested. You know, they say grow through what you go through. That exactly happened for me, because going through that, I felt like it was time to give up. I didn't want to do the pageant anymore. I didn't want to continue with anything. I felt like I had reached my stopping point. I didn't want to carry on. I had fallen into depression. And I thank God for the people that I had around me in that time, where Stevie and they would push you to come out of that comfort zone. They would tell you to lift your head high. You can do it. You are strong. You can walk. And I believe that, because now here I am. I'm continuing to live. And yes, I've been through my pain, but I'm able to share my pain. It is my pain, and I can wear it. I could live through it because that is something that I've been through, and I could share it with others so that they know that yes, okay, you've been through something, but what are you going to do after that? Are you going to allow it to overcome you, or are you going to be an overcomer and overcome that situation? Of course I can cook. I mean, stir fry, that's my thing. I can make noodles and stir fried beef or chicken. I can also do a mean orange style Korean chicken wings. Can't touch me with that. I like to eat a lot. But I want to say thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. It has been a pleasure. You can follow me on social media some way. Here. Bye.
Hi guys and girls, I am Frauenfelder of Frauenfelder's Designs, and this is my KYD Magazine Fashion Essentials interview. Hi, I am Lisselle. A little bit about me. I have been into pageantry, modeling, makeup artistry, fashion designing, cycling, a little bit of everything. I am known as a Jane of all trades, master of one, which will lead me to how I became Frauenfelder's Designs. My brand is known mainly for swimsuits, customized swimsuits. Yes, I can do off-the-rack swimsuits or what you would call it, but I tend to zone in on customized swimsuits due to the fact that many women suffer the same problem of not being able to walk into a store and pick up a swimsuit off the rack and say, oh, this will fit me. No, they have problems. So that's where I step in, and that's where I made myself known until COVID. I got into fashion designing through my career as Trinidad Slam Happy. Eavesdropping on a conversation. I started off working in a carnival band. The UK carnival band is no longer around. I listened in on a conversation where a gentleman was describing a costume and me with my big ass self. See how big it is? I listened in on the conversation and drew exactly what the gentleman wanted. Fast forward, I ended up making the prototype, and I eventually became the production manager for that band for 8 years. And in between that time, it is where I learned my skills of swimsuit designing through working with that band for the same reason that women can't walk into a store or a carnival band and get a swimsuit to fit them just how they want it to. And that is where I began. But if I go back further, when I started sewing, before I even got into swimsuits, I used to sew bags. Wine bags, handbags, makeup bags, just bags. My greatest achievement came in 2014 when it was the very first year I ever did a section for my own. It was called Mist, silver grey and ice blue costume. And Vogue Italia was in Trinidad that year. And out of the thousands of costumes across Trinidad, they chose 3 bands to walk on their stage. And they chose my costume as one of them. So, to date, that has been one of my greatest achievements. I wear that proudly because at the end of the day, that was my very first time doing a costume and I was so elated about it. So yes, to date, there is more to come. My greatest challenge, COVID. Yeah. COVID stopped everything, and in so doing, beaches were closed, so there's no need for me to sew. Carnival is closed, it's done worldwide, so there was nothing for me to do. And I had to maneuver my way from swimsuits into clothing. Clothing is something I never in my life thought I would have done. But it seems as if I had a knack for it. The fashion industry in Trinidad and Tobago is wide, and it could be wider. We have talent here that is beyond our wildest dreams. But to be honest, materials are lacking. There are some people who can do so much, but due to the lack of materials, including tools and all of this, when I say materials, I include everything underneath that word, it is very hard to get. And not everyone has the means to ship from abroad to bring it in or whatever the case may be. And when you do get it, you pay half arm, leg, 3/4 of your neck just to get these things. And it's what keeps back a lot of people. Fashion in Trinidad could be so much further, but due to these hindrances, it is not where it should be. But the diversity that we do have now, it's one to be applauded and reconstructed for better. What would I have been? Strange enough, a teacher. That was the very first thing I wanted to be growing up. And then when I thought of how miserable I was in school, that went out the door really quick. And that is when I set my sights on becoming a designer. And it was challenged by many. I was even quote unquote told a designer has no future in Trinidad. I proved them wrong. So guys and girls, you can find me on Frauenfelder's Designs on Instagram. FRAUENFELDRS_designs only on Instagram. I am not one of those people who is all over the place. I mean, nothing is wrong with that, but I have a very limited time in focus span, right? Or you can message me on 367-2198. Any questions around swimsuits or clothing that you may see and like, feel free to message me, but be mindful of business hours. And thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you KYD Magazine. Hi guys and gals, so I am going to show you one of my most favorite pieces to work with. It is the two-piece. However, it may look really simple to you, but there's so many ways that I can soup this up to make it the most extravagant piece. So now we have Destiny, who will come in the most basic cut. Don't take it for granted. However, this can be turned into so many different features. And the reason why I like it, it tends to highlight or cover the most problematic areas most women tend to have, which is the stomach. Simple as it is here with the low-cut leg, many women don't like their skin outside, so you have this. However, the leg could also go up high, the waist could also go higher, or it can drop lower. So that's the variations of the panty. The bra could be triangle cut bra, the bone bra, which will give you even more support, or what you will call the gathered bra and the bandeau top. So as simple as it may seem, here, there are so many different ways that it can go, which is making it my most wonderful and cherished two-piece ever because of the different variations it can go in.
So guys, that brings us to the end of another episode of KYD Magazine's Fashion Essentials. I got my eggs, so I'm gonna go organize the cake now. Now guys, if you have missed any episode of KYD Magazine, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll know every time an episode drops, and you can go through our playlist as well. Now I'm asking you to do 3 things quickly. Wear your mask, sanitize and wash your hands whenever possible, and practice social distancing. The life that you save may be your very own. Alright guys, so until next time, remember to never give up on your dreams and always believe in yourself. Take care, enough love. Bye.